Hi, I'm going to show you all about Quizlet. This is one of my favorite interactive tools and really games that test students' ability on different content matter in the classroom. And the reason why I chose this tool is because it's very versatile. Teachers and easy to use. Teachers can take this tool. They can implement vocabulary within this tool or other content images to help students really learn the skills necessary to succeed in the classroom and out of the classroom. I've used this tool several times in the classroom to really help students get ready for paper and pencil tests that they had to take inside the classroom, and also just to really learn that key vocabulary that's really hard to learn while you're in the classroom. And this is very beneficial to students of all ability levels. I really love the way that as you go through, you'll see that some of the vocabulary is able to spell the words for the students. The students can see the images in the vocabulary. Kids can take tests, or they can decide to just use flashcards to learn vocabulary, or they can take quizzes. So it's very versatile in that sense. So I'm going to just show you a little bit of how it looks. I am using it for my app on my iPad. And these right here are just different quizzes that I've used in the past. What's really great down here, it gives me my latest, and then it has classes. So if you have a class, you would add that class on here. It also has folders. So if I decide to have different folders based on subject matter, I can put them in my folders. You just click create folder, and it allows you to create a folder. So I could have a reading folder if I wanted to. And then you click save, and you can add content in the folder. Again, I already have a folder of science, and within my science folder, I have the digestive system and fossils. It also has your profile information with information about your classes, your username and password. And so I'm going to go to latest. And what's really great about quizzes is you can search while you're on quizzes to look for other quizzes or vocabulary tests that will really help the students learn the content in your classroom. So I'm going to go to latest activity, and I'm going to search the digestive system. Actually, we're going to search animals. And what's great about this is it gives us study sets and it gives us diagrams. So I'm going to hit diagrams because I want a diagram set of animals. And so it gives me all these that are created by other users. And I can go, and if I wanted to, I can take a set created by other users. So what's really great about it is if it's based on something that I'm teaching my class, I can take it and use it. This isn't a diagram that I would particularly use, so I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to search. We're going to try the digestive system. Actually, let's try plant cells. So I'm going to type in plant cells. I'm going to search, and I'm searching by diagrams, and so I'm going to look for one particularly that doesn't have a lot of cards because I don't want my students on this for a long period of time. So I'm going to pick this one. It says 12 cards, plant cells. And so at the top, you can see it says learn. So I can take this and I can add it into my folder. So I'm going to add it into science. I can use it for later. I click done, and it's in my folder, and it has the option to learn the material. So you can press this, and it basically tells you what you're doing incorrectly. So I'm going to go back to learn. It says cell wall. So it wants you to tap on the cell wall. So I think that's the cell wall. It tells me correct, and I can go to continue. And then it tells you to look for the chloroplast. I click chloroplast, it tells me correct. So it takes you through a diagram of looking at the different cells. You also have the ability to write, so it gives you a picture, and then you have to tell what this is in the diagram, or you can say, I don't know. So we're going to try cell wall, even though this may not be the cell wall. And you click check. It says, study this when it's a nucleus. I love how it gives immediate feedback to the students right on the spot. It's telling them this is incorrect, and then they need to continue to practice. So you can press continue. So it goes through and allows you to actually type in the answers, which is great. Then they have a match game, which allows you to play like a memory game, but you're looking at the diagram. So if I click on this one, I had to tell them what it is. Again, they're telling me that it's wrong, and then it gives me a timer. So I'm trying to find the correct answer within the time that it gives me. So I have to press it and then press the timer. Again, of course, I know little about the plant cell, but those are just some of the really interactive features that you can use it for. I'm also going to go into study sets. I'm going to go into some of my own study sets. This is Creek and Cherokee Native Americans. And if you notice with my study set, it gives us more options. So I can learn the vocabulary. They give me vocabulary cards. I can write it where I'm writing out the words, and I can match it, or I can take a test. So we're going to go to Learn. And in Learn, they just give me the question that I asked, founder of the Georgia colony, and I'm going to pick James Oglethorpe, and it tells me correct. So it gives me a question, and I had to match a tribe in the northern part of Georgia and the western parts of the Carolinas. So I had to pick what tribe I think it is, and it tells me correct. Now for my cards, it actually says it to me. So this is really good for those learners who really need to see a visual or to hear that auditory with the definition. So if you
a
press
tribe
the sound,
in the northern part of Georgia and the western parts of the Carolinas.
So it goes through each of the vocabulary
Wrote a written
words
language for the Cherokee called syllabary.
and tells you what they are, which is really fun. If you decide, you can also take a test. It gives you written, multiple choice, or true and false. It allows you how you would like to, gives you options of how you would like to take the test. We're going to keep all options on and click Start Test. Help keep the peace between the Native Americans and settlers. So we're going to put in Tamachichi and press Next. Now again, it didn't tell us then if it was right or wrong. Interpreter between James Oglethorpe and the chief of Yamacraw Indians. So we're going to try Mary Musgrove. So the students really have to write in what they think the correct answer is. And automatically you can see that it gave me a different type of question. Founder of the Georgia colony. And we're just going to pick. And it gives us a true and false question as well. And so at the end, it tells us our results, what was correct, what was not correct. And it tells us to keep studying. You can retake it. It tells you what answers were correct, and it also gives you your score. So it's a really great formative assessment tool that you can use with your students. It's app-based, and it's also web-based, so it makes it very versatile.